Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our Resilient Lady ship tour. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello. Who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
It's Resilient Lady ship tour, Linz.
Ooh.
Are you excited?
I am.
Well, it's the first time you've seen this since we came back, and it's 2 weeks today since we got off the ship at the time of recording.
Yes.
Now, I don't think you ever went up here.
I don't think I did. Where is this?
So on deck 17, I think it's commonly referred to as the Perch, but I think the people talk about that at the deck below as well.
Yeah, because we were invited to a couple of parties at the Perch, but they never happened because of the weather.
Only on, well, it was on the first day, I think, or the second day.
It was...
And it was a bit blusty. So that might be
a bit
where they were.
blusty.
A bit blusty. A bit blustery. But yeah, this area of it, I mean, you could see there were the chairs where you could sit out and stuff, but there's very rarely people up here.
Oh, I mean, that's a great place to just, if you want some peace and quiet. But,
It's a great place. You can hear people running.
Yeah.
Because you've got the running track that goes all the way around that deck.
And people did run. They ran a lot.
They did. And the weather were lovely as well.
Yeah, they look great. What can we say?
Yeah. I don't know, is it better to run when it's colder and wet or when it's really warm like this? We don't run, so I don't know.
Oh, well, Lizzie, who was on the ship, she was up at the crack of dawn and she was running first thing in the morning.
Yeah, the time that I'm recording this is about 11:30ish, I think.
Yeah.
So people might think, oh, it looks really quiet. But one, we're in port.
Yes.
I think we were in Corfu when I did this.
Yes, we are, yes.
But it's not early in the morning.
Now that's
This is
Morella at
lunchtime.
the side, isn't it?
It is, that's Morella Explorer.
Two.
It is, yeah. We were kind of followed a little bit by that.
Stalked.
We were stalked by and then we had MSC Lyrica, I think.
Yes.
That was sort of around us a lot as well, which I think that's the one that you can see behind there.
Yeah.
Might be wrong.
Now there's the net. We never went on it this time.
No, I think it is a gimmick. We said that when we first went on Scarlet Lady, that it looks fantastic for Instagram, but you couldn't lie on it. It's not comfortable.
Not comfortable. It hurts your feet.
But I don't think it was ever meant to. I think it was meant to take a posy shot and then go.
Yeah, but you still feel it half an hour later when you've got off it.
You do. I mean, as we're going on the ship tour, obviously you haven't seen it yet, and you weren't with me when I was filming it.
No.
I think you were lying at the side of the pool having a cocktail.
That sounds about right for
In fact,
me.
I think I see you at some point on
doing
the
such
tour.
an activity.
I mean, look how stunning it is out there that day. It's so nice. Up here, this is mainly the sort of fitnessy type area because you've got the basketball court, but they use that for doing dodgeball tournaments as well.
Yes.
Which, can you think of another cruise line that does a dodgeball tournament?
Oh, not that we've done. Oh, we never got to play chess.
We didn't. We never played, did we? We said we were going to have a game next time.
Next time. Brilliant
definitely
lady. We're chessing you.
So this bar at the back, again, I'll reiterate, we're in a port, so it's very quiet. If this was a sea day, it would be very busy at the back of here.
Yes.
Because people like to lie out here. It's
Yeah.
a really nice place. But the hot tubs at the back are pretty much always quiet.
They
even
were
when
quiet.
It's busy here.
Yeah, yeah. They were lovely. Sorry, darling.
No, it's right. What were you going to say?
I've forgotten now.
That's okay.
I'll just have a drink of my drink.
These chairs are less practical than I would like. The ones at the side. are
Yeah.
nice. And you can see what I meant by those nodules on there. Can't lie on that. Just
Nodules is a good word for
I
them.
thought so. But before we carry on, would you like to invite people to subscribe, Linz?
I would love to invite people to subscribe. Thank you as always. If you already have done, it means a lot. It really supports me in my channel quest. Thank you.
And you can also support the channel a little bit more if you like by becoming a Sweet Naturist. Just click the join button for more. And we'd like to give a shout out to one of our members, Bridget.
Is it not Brigitte?
No, it's Bridget. I asked her.
Oh.
She says it's Bridget, not Bridget.
I liked your gold star, Brigitte. Well done, Marky. Swings? I never went on the swings.
You didn't this time, but you've been on them all the other ones. I don't think you ever walked around this side of the ship on 7 days.
What was I doing?
Mainly lying by the pool and drinking cocktails, I feel.
Not all the time.
No, sometimes you're at a bar or at the dock drinking cocktails. And occasionally eating food as well. I saw this getting used more. Obviously, don't look it right now.
The seesaws.
No, not specifically the seesaw, but this area, because I saw quite a lot of fitness classes going on.
Okay.
In particular, they had a boxer-size class up at the far end where there's the boxing ring.
Oh, and they did the hit things with the ropes as well. We saw that one morning, didn't we?
We did, yeah. So it did seem to get used a lot more on this ship, especially with the weather being nice.
Yes.
Better climate for being able to do that than when we'd been on Scarlet or Valiant previously.
And I think probably because the age range is skewing younger as well on this one compared to the other two.
When you say skewing younger?
I mean, like late 20s, 30s people on there.
Oh, no, I disagree.
Really?
The average age on this one were 40s to 50s.
But the people doing
there were some... Yeah, the people doing the fitness tended to be in the sort of late 20s to late 30s. But I think that just...
is a thing.
So looking at a group of people doing the fitness, and being in that age, I don't think that's representative of the cruise.
No, cocktailing on a sun lounger will come to those people, I'm sure.
It will absolutely come to those people. You can see the aquatic club below, which is what that bit's referred to as. And you've got a kind of a little hydrotherapy pool in the middle, which on this particular cruise was sort of relatively cold.
I would say so, yes.
It wasn't cold,
no.
but relatively. Because we were in a warmer climate.
Yeah, but, yeah.
It was certainly colder than the main pool, I felt.
Yeah, it was, definitely.
The hot tubs were hot.
The hot tubs were lovely. Hot tubs were lovely. Yeah.
You can see Voyager there very briefly. One bit that they had changed on the ship compared to the other two, these little chairs here, on the previous ships, there were 2 rows of them.
And they were further ahead, weren't they?
Yeah. So you couldn't walk past this bit as easy anywhere. But if you got the back ones, all you were doing was looking at the back of the other little area, so no one ever sat in them. But they seem to get used a lot more, and you can see it all around the decks over there, where people are sort of sat out.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yes.
And being able to view things.
I'm somewhere down here under a shady bit, I think.
You are under a shady bit below me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Okay.
As we continue around on here, you got probably one of the more unused eateries.
Now, we commented about this on the day, that they actually set the sun loungers up facing where the sun is. Now, a lot of cruise ships, they sort of put them out facing inwards, and then you have to sort out how and position your own sun lounger. And you'll be laid out by and you'll hear as somebody moves their sun lounger.
They aimed them all in advance. I was talking about the sort of this Sun Club cafe just before you sort of went on your sun lounger.
I saw the sun loungers.
No, it's fine. It's a really unused eatery there. It does some really nice little snack stuff.
It was to order, though.
Yeah, we're made to order.
Yeah.
You got Richard's Rooftop over there. On this particular cruise, this was the first time we'd not stayed in a Rockstar suite, so I couldn't get in here. So I just lifted the camera up to show you.
Yes.
But you can have a full tour of that if you want to have a look at our Valiant Lady or our Scarlet Lady ship tours where I walk around there. It's exactly the same. Mm-hmm. It's no different at all. They didn't change anything on there.
No.
It's a nice area, the Richard's Rooftop. It just feels a little bit unused most of the day.
I know when I'd use it.
Would that be around sort of 5 till 6 o'clock during the free champagne hour?
It might be.
Some of our friends who were on this cruise at the same time, they made good use of that.
They really took advantage of that.
And we would have absolutely.
We
done. The
certainly
next time we're
would.
in there, we will do.
Definitely.
This is the smoking area.
Yes.
It has very, very few areas where people can smoke up there. And again, I never really saw it that busy.
No.
I don't know if was just this particular cruise. I don't know. It's just, to be fair, it's never been that busy on the other 2 cruises we've been on either.
Maybe we noticed it more because we would typically go in that door to Richard's Rooftop.
That's true, because you come up from downstairs.
Yes.
And that's one of the main entrances.
Yeah. You can see there's a hot tub. It's lovely.
And they've still got those little trampolines in there, which I kind of figured after Scarlet they'd go, this is a bit of a gimmick, and let's do away with that. They're still there, 3 ships on.
Yeah.
So maybe people use them a lot more. We've only ever seen people getting those trampolines when they first go in there and go, oh, this is novel. They bounce on it, as we did, 2 or 3 times, and then go, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
You just don't really see it on there that much. And again, as you said, they've put all of the deck chairs, sun lounges are aiming out
towards
the sun or to the view.
To the view. I know
The
it's...
sun was directly in front of us.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, you can tell. It's genius. Rather than facing inwards.
I'm not sure I would have used the term genius.
It's just a simple but effective way, so it doesn't disturb everybody else when everyone starts dragging a sun lounger about.
That's very,
And
very
it leaves
true.
it all higgledy-piggledy, and it doesn't look pretty then.
No. Again, you can see with those little sort of chair cabanas,
Yeah.
just the one row again. And I think that is a massive difference. It's nice that you can sit there, but it doesn't stop people walking in front of it and
No.
being able to get a look over the edge, which the previous ones did.
Yeah.
Which I was never that keen on how they had that on the previous ships.
No.
Another little bar up at the top above the aquatic club. It was open
Yeah.
on a regular basis. It makes it look like they're not because
No.
of the time that I'm going past it. Most of the bars outside tend to open
Later on, don't
yeah,
they?
about 2 o'clock-ish. Mm-hmm. You've got the main pool bar, which serves everywhere, and they have waiters going around looking after everyone. They're open from very early.
Yeah.
But the other ones tend to open that little bit later.
Yeah. Look at them. They look so pretty. I'm sorry, if only they were comfier.
They're not uncomfy.
They're just not very plush.
No, and it's one of the things that I'd like to see Virgin change in the future. You know, it's no secret that we really love Virgin Voyages as a cruise line and the cruise ships. But there's bits that I would like to see them tweak. And if you look at the sort of day beds and the deck chairs and the lounges that they have on things like Celebrity, I do put Virgin in that same
brackets,
class,
yeah.
and I'd expect it to have the same. These little cabanas that we're just looking at here, again, you can see them on our other ship tours. They used to be free when we first went on them.
Yeah, not anymore.
They're now chargeable, but again, I never saw anyone use it on this cruise because there was so much space. Our cruise was at about, I think, 70% capacity on this particular one. So it wasn't full, but we never had a problem getting
a sun
lounger anywhere. You know, and we didn't have to come up to the extremes to go. We could get one by the pool or the aquatic club pretty much any time.
Do you think they'll start charging for them now because of the amount of cruise credit people are getting when they're booking? Or am I just overthinking it?
I think you may be overthinking it. I think they probably always intended on doing it. And when we went on Scarlet, which was only its second ever sailing, not just Scarlet, but it was Virgin Voyages' second ever sailing.
Yeah.
They were still tweaking and deciding what they wanted to do with it. But I suspect they always intended to do that.
Okay.
Now, what I don't know is whether you get any drinks included in that, because we've never looked at it.
No.
Which is quite poor, given we've been on there 3 times. When we go on Virgin next time, we promise we'll investigate it and
we'll
find
check it out. Let's do it. Let's just see what it's all about.
I'm not renting one. I'm not promising that. I'm promising to check it and report back. The Yorkshire meal come out and they go, yeah, it's $300 for the day and there's no drinks. I'll be like, nope. We're going by in the pool.
Dear.
They have all these lovely little signs around, which are fantastic for sort of Instagram. I like that sort of I love sailing.
Yeah.
And there's the be a mermaid, not a fish.
Be a mermaid. Beer?
Be a mermaid, not a fish, or something like that on this one.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it was on the other ones. Not be a mermaid.
Drink champagne, not water, or
That's
something.
the one, yeah. But you do see people, sort of, including us, standing there getting selfies or pictures taken. 'Cause they do look
They are
good.
cute, yeah. Right, we're down on the aquatic now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just about to sort of come out here. You've got the gym on both sides of the aquatic club. It's meant as kind of a semi-fitness area out here, but obviously most people are just out relaxing in it. But it also has this little outdoor workout areas here as well.
I did see people do this, actually.
I did. And I was like, well done.
Yeah.
As I laid back on the thing and had another drink of my pina colada. But they looked very good for doing it.
They look great. I mean, you could tell they did it all, that kind of thing all the time.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
But you don't have to feel obliged to. We're going round to the sort of 2 different gym areas. So they're split into, they've got like a cardio side and a more weights side.
Strength thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's build and balance on this side. Really nice gyms. And unlike a lot of other cruise lines that we've been on, you tend to find that the gyms, certainly if you're on a 7-night or longer cruise, the gyms tend to be really busy on day 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Then by the time you get to day 3, 4 and onwards, they're pretty much deserted. They're like this.
They quieten down,
Yeah.
yes.
Whereas this, at both sides of it, was busy all the way through. I'm very aware I'm showing it empty at this point. But we'd see people in here at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
When we were outside and having a drink on the top deck, they'd be in there working out because you can see through at both sides of it. And you see it all the way through. So I think it definitely, one of the different crowds that it attracts to Virgin, because I think it attracts a lot of different people, is that fitness one, because they do a huge amount of fitness classes, not just sort of the gym on there.
Yeah.
And they're all included. Whereas on a lot of other cruise lines, you're paying extra for them.
Are you?
Yeah, most cruise lines for the fitness classes.
Oh, right.
The gyms are
yes.
free, but the fitness classes,
No, I
you pay
know.
extra for.
Yeah.
But we even did a fitness class on this one,
We did.
which that's a very rare thing for us. But we did the 80s VHS workout,
Yeah.
which wasn't hard. It was really good fun.
Oh,
You were, I think you could make it harder. They had like modifiers and stuff for people who were sort of real fitness people.
no, they were to make it easier, apparently.
No, there were modifiers to make it easier and modifiers to make it harder. There were one person on the stage showing you how to make it easier, the main person in the middle showing you what you should be doing, and then the person on the right to make it even harder.
Yeah,
You were just following the one on the left, weren't you?
I was just following myself.
Again, another little look around this part of the gym, which they have things like the spin classes in here as well. You don't have to bring towels up. They have the lockers in there.
Yeah.
It's really well geared up for people.
Yeah, it's proper, like, fitness.
Yeah. Now, what I'm a big fan of is straight out they can go straight into the galley.
And here we go.
It is. The galley is their sort of grab something to eat when you fancy it area, open 24 hours.
Is it?
I believe the food, the diner one, is 24 hours.
Right.
Where like
It was the
American
breakfast
all-day
things.
breakfast one.
Yeah.
The things like the Grounds Club are open extended hours because they have a couple of those around the ship. That's their coffee bars, but it's not a buffet. We've talked about this before. Everything's ordered fresh to you. There are a couple of areas where you can get a grab box
Yeah.
to take out.
Yes.
And they have like bento boxes and fresh fruit and things like that. But it's an area where you go order the food fresh. And you'll be able to see more of that on the dining guide as well as on our previous videos as well.
Yeah. I like it in here for breakfast. They do some really naughty breakfast things.
They do, and they run breakfast very, very late. As I said, when I started this tour, it was about 11:30.
Yeah.
So we'll be coming up towards 12 o'clock now.
Yeah.
And there's still people eating breakfast.
Yeah.
And they're still serving it. As I said, the diner area that we'll walk past shortly, that's serving breakfast all the time.
Yes.
It does burgers and other things as well.
Yeah.
You can get sort of a cut brekkie anytime you fancy. But basically, you sit down at one of these tables, and then you can sort of QR code scan the little QR code on the table, and it'll tell you all the things that are available. They will bring you over an actual menu if you want to see one, if you don't have anything with you to do that. And then you can just order what you fancy.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back into the galley in a second, but I thought, well, given that I'm here, I might as well have a look at Gunbae. Don't know what happened to the camera at that point. Gimbal decided to go a bit weird.
Yeah.
But Gunbae, we went in here again this time. It's always the restaurant that you're less excited to go in.
This is true because you have to sit with people you don't know.
Well, you do if you were just a two like we were.
Yeah.
If you go in as a party of 6, then you got your own table.
Yeah. But
it comes down to who you sat with.
Yeah, it definitely does. We got a lovely
Two lovely couples, didn't we?
yes, yeah.
And one of the couples bought an extra bottle of
What's it? No.
I wanted to say the sake drink. It's not sake because it's the Korean equivalent.
Sonju. Son.
We're butchering it. I'm not going to try and sort of remember. But bought an extra bottle so we could have an extra round of drinking games, which was much appreciated. But the food in there is really tasty. But the experience comes down to who you sat with.
Yeah.
And this time for us, it was a really good experience on it. It's just look at the draw on it.
It is.
Now you can see that I've just caught them as they're sort of starting to put out the sweet stuff.
Oh, they look
there.
nice.
In the morning, it's less or more healthy choices there. And the bread is just swapping over as well because it's all freshly baked there.
Yeah.
The bit that we're coming down to now, which is the diner, that's the bit where you can get breakfast anytime.
Yeah.
And we do know people that were coming in here for a cooked breakfast sort of very early hours of the morning.
Yeah.
When they'd sort of finished in
Or
the
pizza.
nightclubs. Or pizza. So the pizza place on our particular cruise were open from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So a little bit later opening, but it was also later closing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you've been to one of the parties like Scarlet Night or We Fancy or the PJ parties...
And people did do it. People did do it.
An awful lot.
We didn't.
No, not this particular time.
No.
We did have a pizza.
We did have a
But
pizza.
that was during the day.
Yes.
Plenty of places where you can go get juices in here all the time, and it's fresh juice, which is included. There's the hot drinks. Your specialty drinks at the grounds club you pay for.
Yeah.
But all the other ones that we've walked past in here are all included.
Your teas and coffees and things like that. Your drip coffee, your tea bags, that kind of
I
thing.
had one of their special ramens for breakfast.
You did?
It was so tasty.
Was that not like one of the last days as well that you
I think it
discovered
was
it?
the second to last day that I did it. I was like, how did I not know this is there? So ask for the special ramen for breakfast. It really,
You
very,
really
very
enjoyed that.
tasty.
I had the super naughty stuff.
You did. It generally involved sugar and maple syrup. The little bit at the back here that I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to say it's a secret because it's part of the ship, but there's not that many people that actually use it. And we can see one of our friends, Sean, there.
Yeah, we can.
Just come out of the gym. The area at the back here, which is part of the galley, but you have to go through the doors. We sat out here and had breakfast, and it's the first time we've been able to take advantage of it on a Virgin ship. We've
Yes.
seen it on the other ones, but
Yeah, we
because they were
have,
cold
yeah.
weather ones, we never got a chance.
No.
But how nice for it sat out there.
Oh, I just want to be sat there now, actually. Oh, and there's some loos there as well. You didn't do my loos, but there's
There was a
loos
loo.
there. There's a loo there, so you don't have to go all the way to midship again if you've.
When we
if you're
go
sitting
on
out.
Brilliant Lady at some point next year,
Yes.
I will make sure on my ship tour to focus on the loos for you.
Thank you.
So just come down deck 7. You might have noticed very, very quickly, we will talk about this in other reviews in the future, but when you get into the elevators, when you import, they have a full information
They
thing on
do.
there, which is just so brilliant. Tells you what time that is arriving, what time it's departing, what time last one to get off.
And all aboard.
And also what deck you go get off and which part
Yeah,
of the
it's
ship.
so helpful.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, I love it here.
This
is
area out here is probably our favourite part of the ship,
the Mediterranean G&T they did with the cheese on top.
with your feta cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Now, when I say it's probably our favourite, it's a lot of people's favourites.
It is, but they haven't got as many of these wooden ones now. Chairs,
No, there's
have
only
they?
a couple of them. They've
There's
got
a
a lot
few.
more of the normal seats,
And they've got the lovely cane furniture there.
which are really comfortable.
Yeah, it's
And we've sat in
love
here
it
for
here.
hours on end.
Love it, absolutely love
They,
it.
they do a couple of things in an evening in here. We had the Stargazers bit that Abby, and I forget the other person who did it with her, but they did stargazing at 9 o'clock and it didn't get dark till 10. So
the constellations hadn't really appeared.
no,
But we got
but bless them, they did what they could with it, and it ended up being really good fun.
and then sat there with a drink.
Yeah.
I love it there. Absolutely love it.
This part here is the dock bar, so it's the dock house inside it. You've got a bar outside
Yes.
in the dock, and then in the dock house area here, you go in. They also do some really nice snacks in here. that
Little
you can
tapas
get.
dishes, little one-platers,
Yeah,
don't they?
they're not quite one-biters, but a lot of them are close to that.
Yeah.
But also, each evening, certainly on the cruises that we won down there, they have the Opa Hour.
Yes, not the Oompa Loompa hour,
No.
as Pam called it.
No, it's the Opa Hour, which is actually for 2 hours.
Yeah.
From I think at 4:30 till 6:30, and they have some snacks that are available that are to do with the region that you're sailing in. So
Yes.
ours were Greek themed, and cocktails that are only available at that time as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just quickly sort of pan down into the wake in there.
Love the wake.
Wake's just fantastic place. You'll be able to see a lot more of that in the restaurant review. But it's such a fantastic one. But a lot of people still don't understand. That sounded really condescending. I'm so sorry. Don't know that you can go in there for breakfast and brunch. They think of it as an evening only venue.
Because it would be on a load of other ships.
It is.
You just walk past and lose again.
It'd be the most expensive speciality restaurant.
Yes.
But the brunch that's in there, you can get a lot of the same things that are on in the evening.
Oh, the clam chowder.
Yeah. They have special stuff that's on there. They also have bottomless drinks.
Oh, now they've started doing all these games now throughout the day. It's not just an hour, is it? Or a couple of hours.
No.
They do them all day now.
Yeah, you used to have a bit where I think it was the gamer came and opened up the
little
things.
cupboard.
Yeah. So, again, not at the time that I'm filming, but we'd walk through there and there were pretty much people gaming all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
This area in here is used a lot more in the back, to the degree that when we came through in the evening, that middle area, we never went into loose cannon at the side of the bar. Because every time we went through, there was something on in there.
And we just didn't want to
like
sort of...
quiz or karaoke, and you'd have to walk through the middle of it. So I think it's a much better use of the space, but it did stop us getting to the bar easier.
Yes.
Now, that's just us because we didn't want to walk through. Plenty of other people were walking through.
Yeah.
But they've still got the completely free arcade area in here. And again, you could hear in an evening that it was busy.
Yes.
But because it was right at the side of this area that they're using for quizzes and karaoke and game shows, which I do think they should do. I think it is a much better use of it.
Yeah.
It did make it harder to
get to loose cannon, which is there. Are you going there now?
I am going in here.
We never had a
Shocktopus this time, which the little sort of octopus statue you can see on the table, that's for their 5 cocktail, one to share with 5 people that we did for 2 and regretted it. But it's a lovely, lovely little bar, and it's probably the closest that there is to a proper bar.
Pub
one.
Yeah.
I know that there's the craft house for beer, but this feels more like a pub.
Yeah.
But I say, with all the stuff going on in there, a little bit harder to get in. But you should absolutely make an effort to go into there.
Yeah, it's lovely. On the other ship, I mean, yeah, it's so cute.
Most of the ship is exactly the same.
Yes.
As Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark, Brilliant Lady, even though it's not out yet.
No.
But you do get sort of people. Does it stop?
Did you get S3?
So near.
I was like, has he actually done it? No.
If you were able to hear my recording, I may have sworn at that point.
Oh, dear.
So, that'd be perfect.
Oh, dear.
The games that you're talking about in there, you just come down, help yourself to it, play what you want, put them back. And the games that are designed for anything from, one person playing by themselves to big groups.
Yeah.
And we did see a lot of it. These are my favourite use of this area.
And they're on this side, not the other side.
I'm not absolutely sure. They might have been on the other wall on the other one. They might have been on that one. Either way, people were sat on them every time we walked through.
Yes.
Apart from this time. But they are very Instagrammable.
It was always busy in the cafe where we are now.
It was. And you can tell by how quiet the rest of the ship is.
Yes.
Now, even the Galley by comparison.
Oh.
But down here, just always busy. And we did see lots of people working because you can plug your laptops in there.
Yes,
they
we
have USB
did.
And power chargers down there.
Yeah.
So people would go in there.
And good Wi-Fi signal.
Great Wi-Fi signal because, that's a great point. Virgin have moved over to Starlink.
Yes.
So we were able to upload videos while we were out there. So our first cabin tour we uploaded when we were on there.
Yes.
And it actually worked. And it was just fairly constantly reliable. The actual throughput was about 10 megabit, which is ample for doing whatever you need on there.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
We didn't do it.
We didn't have an ice cream this
time. I'm so cross at myself.
All these things that you didn't do. You did have pizza.
I sure did have pizza. The pizza here is lovely.
I think one night, just going back to the ice cream, we'd been to one of the parties and we're like, shall we get some ice cream? Because the ice cream's open till late.
Yeah.
We walked down and then ended up walking past it and getting something else. And
I can't remember. No, probably a cocktail.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe you had cocktail with cheese on it.
No. I've committed to memory all my cheesy cocktails.
Is that not one of them? Pizza Place is a really nice venue, and as we said earlier on, the fact that it's up until 2 a.m, it does get very busy.
It does get very busy.
And the sort of outside seating area, I'm not sure why they're covered at that point.
It's not open.
No, but we've sat out there.
We have, yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember noticing that when I were filming that it were actually covered.
Well, it's nice that they've done that.
It is. It's keeping it all clean.
Yes.
Again, more lovely sit-out areas in here. You really like the sort of boat-type chairs.
I can never remember what they're called.
I know. People always tell us afterwards, and then we forget next time we're recording.
They're like the ones on a Cunard. Yeah.
To be fair, they're even comfier.
They're very... I can't remember what they are called. Oh,
It's going to annoy you, that now.
it is. If I blurt it out just randomly, just ignore me.
Comfy chairs. We're still on deck 7 at the moment. If in doubt on any of the Virgin ships, head to deck 7.
Yes.
Because it connects all the way through from one end to another.
Yes.
And it's very easy to get to the other place that you're going on. So we've got this area is called the Roundabout, and it's got a couple of steps that take you down to deck 6 where your other restaurants are.
It's like the traditional atrium on a princess or a P&O ship.
It is, but it doesn't seem as far between decks.
No.
It doesn't seem that
No.
far. This area here is where they have support if you need help with the app, but it's also predominantly, certainly in port days, used for shore services.
Yes.
So when you're going to pick up your badges for whatever you need, your little passes,
Yeah.
that's what you do. Now this one we used when we went on Scarlet and Valiant. They were selling records in here,
Yes, they were.
vinyl, which they don't now.
No.
Still a DJ that plays there.
Now, I have an idea for this bar because I feel it was underused by
And
people.
it does some good shots in this bar.
I would make this themed on the nights that, if it's 80s night, make this an 80s bar so you can get traditional 80s cocktails. If it's Scarlet night, Scarlet coloured cocktails. This is what I do to get that more of a hub bar.
It's probably one of the, from our experience, and I'm sure the people have been on seen different, but from our experiences on the 3 Virgin ships, it's the least used bar.
Yeah, and I would sort of switch it up to make it like the martini bar on a celebrity ship, but theme it for the night that you're having. So if it's fancy night, you have fancy thing. That's how I'd bring it in to the
Make
night.
it as part of it.
Yes.
We just came past the future cruise booking.
Yeah, we did that.
We did do that. I think when we were on there, it were a $300 deposit.
Yes.
Towards any future cruise. You didn't have to say which cruise.
For 2 years.
It's a voucher for 2 years. Then you get a £300 discount off that cruise.
Yeah.
On top and this is on top of any other offers that are on.
Mm-hmm.
And $600 on board credit. Again, on top of anything else that's on there. So
Yes.
why not?
Yeah.
In fact, most people we know that were on there actually did that.
Yeah.
Just looking down into the manor.
Oh.
Normally this is all locked up, but as I walked past it, we opened. Like, ooh.
Oh, I'll go in there.
Yeah, and you can see they're just getting it ready for another rose that night.
Oh, lovely.
Which another rose is one of their supper club
Yes.
dinner shows. Cost $50 per person when we went on it, and is absolutely worth every penny.
Yeah, and all the drinks.
You get more than $50 worth of alcohol.
You certainly do.
A lot more than that.
You certainly
and it's
do.
a great show, and the food's good.
Yes, that starter especially.
I'll just about to say.
Really?
Yeah. The starter that they had in there, one of the bits that we've talked about for Virgin is that it doesn't have an Indian restaurant.
Oh, it would be so good if it did.
And the starter that were in there was an Indian starter.
Yeah.
But had a Virgin spin on it.
Yeah.
And how good was it?
It was so good.
We were like, why have they not done an Indian restaurant? I would love to see a Virgin Voyages take on an Indian restaurant like they've done with Sindhu on P&O.
Yeah.
I'd like to see.
But dialed
their
up
take.
again.
I'd be very tempted. I know it's got its own unique things with the Gunbae, with the Korean barbecue, and no one else is really doing that, and other people are doing Indian. But I think that would be more popular.
I think you might do Gunbae once on a cruise. It's not one that you think I need to get in again, like the Wake or Razzle Dazzle.
No, it's not.
But if it was an Indian,
People
especially,
would be
and had late night opening as well, so you go out drinking and then had a curry.
That'd be... We Virgin, give us a call. We can have a chat.
No, you can have all this for free.
You can, but we've got other ideas.
No, it's for the better of everyone.
I would love to see them do that. I think at some point they will tweak the restaurants.
Yes.
I don't think they'll keep with the same sort of 6 core restaurants forever.
Yeah.
We saw the change to Razzle Dazzle on this one in an evening where it's Razzle Dazzle by night. And that was a massive improvement.
Can you answer a question for me? Because it's just been playing in the back of my mind while I've been thinking.
For it.
So when we said about the bar being themed, for 80s night,
Yeah.
I've just been trying to think of an 80s cocktail that I can say on this without getting upset in Google. Can you do one?
Pina Colada.
But that's a cruise cocktail.
Miami Vice.
That's a cruise cocktail. There's some cocktails that are from the 80s that have got naughty names.
I'm not thinking of any for this one because
That's what I'm saying. You can't do it, but it'd be very virgin.
it would, yeah. I would like to see them expand out the parties that they have in the Manor and the Red Room, like the Club Rubik's, the 80s, into other parts of the ship. Scarlet Night spreads across it all.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do that with the other
Yeah,
ones as well.
so you don't feel daft then, because there was a lady in a Duran Duran t-shirt at dinner, and I could tell she felt like, oh, why is there anybody else 80s? And I felt for her.
But it was a nice Duran Duran t-shirt.
Casino.
Casino bar. The casino bar was often very busy as well.
It was, yes.
But the casino on our particular cruise was very busy. It's the busiest we've ever seen the casinos on a Virgin cruise on our experience.
I don't think people were smoking in there, were they?
I don't think you can.
No, I don't think they were.
I'm fairly sure you can. Tell us in the comments if we're wrong. I've never seen it. I've never smelt it.
No.
I would have bet money that you can't.
No.
They've altered a few of the shops this time as well.
Oh, they have, yes.
So they moved the tattoo parlour, which used to be there.
Yes.
That's now a Virgin Voyages merchandise shop.
Which was very busy.
It was. And you went and got your 3rd tote bag. So you've now got all 3 of the little ladyship totes.
You know what you could sell in there? 80s t-shirts.
Well, they did have pop-up shop in that middle bit.
Yeah, they did,
down
but
the
it was
dock.
all beachwear and flip-flops and that kind of
thing. It wasn't
thing.
for
Yeah.
that particular.
Oh, Abby's show here was amazing on the rocks.
Yeah, they do the Virgin Voyages cabaret where they get various artists who perform in other things. They do a session from Lola's Library in
Yes,
here.
yeah.
Abby does one in there. I think the Diva does one in there as well.
Yeah.
And it's just such a great one, but it's also a great venue. They have sort of other bands that come and play in there.
Yeah. Or here, they pop up here as well.
This one's like a busker area.
Yes.
That's kind of what it feels like.
It's sort of festival style.
Yeah, but they did other things in there. They did the horseplay.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
In that area. They do some magic stuff in there occasionally as well with the Charmer. They have started using these spaces a lot better than when it started sort of cruising. But obviously they're now a couple of years into being a cruise line Virgin, whereas when we first went on them,
It was very,
the
very
just
new.
started.
Yeah.
So they are continually tweaking.
Yes.
Do please add an Indian restaurant Virgin. That made me very, very happy. You don't need to add it, just replace Gunbae. Even though we really enjoyed that we've just been talking about, I don't want them to replace any of the other restaurants.
Well,
they're not going to get rid of Extra Virgin, whether we prefer it as much as the other ones or not. That Italian one's the classic. They absolutely shouldn't get rid of Pink Agave. There's no chance to get rid of Wake. They won't get rid of Razzle Dazzle. So when you look at it, bye-bye Gunbae. Hello Virgin Curry.
No, we need a snazzier name than that. Let's think. I will workshop that right now while you do it. More loos.
More loos.
But
So you've got the men's on one side of this area.
The ship.
Of the ship for Extra Virgin, and you've got the ladies on the other. I might have them the wrong way around.
No, you've got them right.
Is
You've
it
got
the
them
men's
right.
at Extra Virgin
And the ladies at
outside Test Kitchen?
Outside Test Kitchen.
Yeah.
So you have to go through the shops to go to the loo.
Yeah. So Extra Virgin, which we're walking in now, that's their Italian one. Again, always very popular. You go on any cruise line and the Italian restaurants are always popular.
Yeah.
It was your least favourite of the restaurants this time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the past, we've liked it a lot more. On this one, not as much.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was because it was very busy. I don't know if it was just that it didn't feel.
The other ones rated higher this time for us, didn't they?
And it was a last night, and it didn't feel a special last night
compared to other ones.
dinner. Yeah.
But it's a solid choice normally. We've enjoyed it the other 2 times we went. And don't get me wrong, the food wasn't bad.
No.
It was still really good.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as good as the other restaurant experiences that we had while we were on this cruise. We'll talk much more about that in the full review.
I'm sorry if there was a noise then. I just nose butted the microphone.
Don't nose but the microphone.
Ow. Let's have more of my drink. Okay,
Just have a little drink and concentrate on not headbutting or nose butting a microphone. They've added quite a few ultra luxury brands as well into these shops, haven't
they
they?
blooming have.
Because there were like the bag store here were sort of Gucci.
There was some Gucci bags, Stella McCartney. There's, yeah, I was.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people had a lot of onboard credit,
So
and we're talking in the thousands.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they probably did sell some.
Yeah.
Test kitchen. We love it in Test Kitchen. I know not everybody does, and apologies for the flickering lighting while the camera just adjusted. It is their experimental one. It has 2 separate menus. Look at that little coffee.
No.
It's so cute. It has menu A, which is our preferred choice.
Yes.
And we know everyone's preferred choice. And menu B. Some friends of ours were talking to the executive chef on there, and they equally preferred menu A.
Yeah, they say they got a better feedback for menu A.
Yeah. So it's worth checking when you're going in there as to which menu is on to make sure you get the one that you like. But it's a good experience when we're in there. We always enjoy it. The wine pairing or the cocktail pairing or the beer pairings work very well. You had the cocktail pairing this time. I had the wine pairing.
Yes, and you can do both. You don't have to have the same.
No, absolutely not. And I only had the wine pairing because I've had the cocktail pairing each time.
You know what would have been nice?
What would have been nice?
If on the night they would have had a themed cocktail for whatever evening there was.
I don't think that's practical when you're doing it as a sort of a pairing to the meals.
Maybe just when you walk through the door, when they do the little amuse-bouche.
They don't need to go to the theme degree to what you're maybe thinking across the entire ship in every restaurant. I'd just like to see it like being a few other areas, because Scarlet Night does span the entire ship,
Yes.
whereas the other ones.
I'm just thinking of the
Devastating
lady
area.
in her Duran Duran t-shirt, that's all.
Well, why would she want a
She-
special cocktail in there?
When there was an 80s like welcome cocktail, she go, oh yes, it's appropriate that I'm in a Duran Duran t-shirt because they've given me this 80s cocktail.
Okay. Well, maybe not.
I'm
I
just
can't
trying.
imagine they go do that.
I'm just trying
anytime
to help.
soon. Down on deck 5, we have Sailor Services, the Spa, and Razzle Dazzle.
Oh
Oh,
no, I thought of a cocktail name that was a pun, which again I cannot say on this channel.
just drop the cocktail bit. So Sailor Services is their guest services area.
Yes.
So they don't have an area at the bottom of it, an atrium like a lot of other cruise ships do, where it's sort of the big reception type thing.
Yeah.
You go down there, they help you out. But you can also chat to them on the app, and they're very, very good on there.
And they work the queue as well. They'll have
do.
somebody
Yeah.
come up and down to see why you're there. Can they help you? Can
Yeah,
they do it
absolutely.
on the app?
And that takes you through to Pink Agave on this side, Razzle Dazzle on the other one. Pink Agave, the Mexican restaurant. We
Fine
absolutely
dining,
love it in here.
yes. Love it.
Fantastic bar as well for margaritas. They have margarita cocktail specialists that work behind it,
Yeah.
who will make you up a custom one if there's something in particular that you want. But the menu that's already there is fantastic.
Yeah.
And you had a cocktail that had crickets in it.
I did.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I'll probably get that then. And then they came and said, what would you like to order? And you ordered the one with crickets. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I don't have to order that one then. But it seemed like one that would be fun to do.
Yeah.
But now you've done that, you don't need to do it again.
I won't.
It was a tasty cocktail.
It wasn't too bad. It was quite spicy, I think, quite strong. It was good.
Yeah,
It's good. People know I like a strong cocktail.
they do know you like a strong cocktail.
I
They don't really have their own special Negroni on Virgin, do they?
no.
Don't ever recall it. Because the Med G&T with the feta cheese, like I say, that's really one of their signature things at the back. But it doesn't have it. It's like...
All I can think of is the cocktail name that I've invented, which I will tell you after after this.
But we'll maybe cover it on a future live stream. Razzle Dazzle, we mentioned earlier that they've changed that in an evening now.
Yes.
And we didn't know about that until we got on there. So it's now Razzle Dazzle by night.
And it was great.
They changed the lighting in there. They changed the table layouts.
It was lovely.
It feels like a proper restaurant.
That you would go to a quirky restaurant that you go to for a fun dinner.
Yeah.
And you get to sit. We had a proper two, didn't we? Because for breakfast, you're on a bench.
You can be on a bench. They have twos as well. It just depends where you are. But the food in there in the evening,
yes,
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's probably about, it's known for it being it's sort of vegan and vegetarian, but in an evening it's probably about 50-50.
Yeah, yeah.
And then as we come around here, you've also got the spa.
Yes.
And you'll be able to see our spa video either now, depending when you watch this, or up on the channel very, very shortly.
Yeah.
Because we went in here as part of our Splash of Romance package.
We did.
And I'm not going to spoil that with you, but it's a very Instagrammable spa.
It is.
Like a lot of things on Virgin, it looks incredible. That doesn't always mean it's our favourite one.
No.
But it is a very good one. And that's brought us up to the end of the video, Linz.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you, darling. Cheers, and
cheers.
Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.